Corbell and Matt Townsend. As we get underway from far north Queensland, and it is the home team working to the left of your screen who controlled the tip. Really looking forward to this battle between Scoochie Smith and Edgar Sosa. Smith had the better of it in round one. Sosa is in terrific form at the moment. Shot clock winds down to 6 here. Egwu, hands off. Here's Carrera, feeds way. They need to pull a trigger on this. Smith, ball deflected away. Sosa gets the early honours. Vacona in support. Sosa goes solo. Can't complete it. Vacona, the offensive rebound. Padding his stats. Eventually gets the opening score.
Not a great first possession for the Taipans. A lot of side-to-side movement, but nothing really definitive there. They end up with a near shot clock violation and then giving up 2 offensive rebounds in the first possession. Great start for the Breakers.
This time Stevie Way's ready to go, and he knocks down the 3 ball.
Cam, I want to talk to you about Scoochie Smith. I see him there on an on-ball in that first possession, and he doesn't turn the corner to go to the basket. He turns the corner to pass. He needs to be aggressive, in my opinion.
Newville penetrates, feeds Abercrombie, got Carrera in the air, worked to the foul line, then caught it short. Now Carrera gets after the loose ball, needs help, tries to release it to Glidden, picked off by Newville. Wow, pass! Well, Edgar Sosa was never going to reel that in, even if he was standing on the shoulders of Rob Lowe.
And a frantic pace start to this game with some bodies on the floor, balls getting flung out of bounds, 3-point shots made. Absolutely right, Brad. I think that's on his teammates. They need to empower Scoochie Smith. Say, hey, you're the man, mate. Come off that on-ball. Make some stuff happen for us.
He's just a 22-year-old, his first professional gig. Here's Carrera going hard into Fletcher. Drawing the contact. Couldn't get a whistle, but fills it up nonetheless.
Well, he's been taking a lot of shots in games, and you've seen that. He's more than doubled than anyone else in the Cairns team and shot. He's something like 55 shots in the last few games, but that is just pure strength.
You'll love that if he's in your fantasy team as well. Keep firing, Michael. First whistle of the game. Foul's going to be called on Anna Egwu. I spoke to Michael Carrera pre-game, and very nice, likeable chap. His dad, a pro in Venezuela, played for 20 years, and that's where he got his start. His dad, Lewis, followed his career very closely, as you would expect, and he said he's loving Australia. Asked if the teammates had found a name for him yet, and he said, no, it's just mate. I thought, well, that's Australia for you. Legend. With the miss, now Smith, reluctant to push the ball early. There was no support on offer, so it goes to Wade, Carrera, and now Glidden. Took over 2 minutes played in the opening quarter. Egwu from the top of the key. Caught it a little deep. Carrera, the offensive rebound, gets it back to Glidden, who gets a wide open look at it now and fills it up. Well, the Cairns Taipans have scored 8 without reply.
We'll credit that one to Michael Carrera. Offensive rebound, kick-out threes will absolutely kill you. Great job by Carrera on the glass. We see a moving pick from Fletcher. Not quite set on that one.
I do agree with you there, and it was a good work by Carrera, but I don't think they want Nana taking that. He's 1 of 5 from the 3 all season. That makes it 1 and 6. I'm sure Aaron Fern wants that to get the ball to the other side.
Well, this has been some sort of turnaround. Taipans almost coughed it up on a shot clock violation for the first play of the game. Now they've reeled off 8 without reply here in less than 3 minutes. Way inside, Egwu against Fletcher, takes him on, tough shot baseline, but the Taipans have scored 10 without reply.
Well, that's too easy for Alex Fletcher. I know picked up the first foul, probably didn't want to pick up another one, wrestling with the scariest Nana in the land down there, but easy paint catch, easy finish for the big fella.
Sosa penetrates, gets to Vacona, who muscles his way close to the hoop, can't complete it. Here's Fletcher, goes to work, draws a foul, can't make it tumble. A number of opportunities, and he's off to the free throw line.
Well, we talk about rebounding, and that's exactly what happened there. Cam, you just spoke about it down one end. You just have to keep teams off the offensive glass. You can't give them those second and third efforts.
Led to the free throw line, 9 of 11, 82% on the season. Very reliable conveyance. Commentator's curse has worked the trick. Now, if we can talk him into missing the back end, it's free cheeseburgers for everyone from Hungry Jack's, who's here tonight. Great promotion from Hungry Jack's in the NBL, and he's done it! We're all going for the cheeseburger can!
The big pledge hammer delivers. Thanks, Alex.
Oh, the fans got an early bonus here. This whistle off the ball. Foul's going to be called on Edgar Sosa here. Second team foul on New Zealand. Likewise, Cairns has 2 fouls so far in the game. We've played 3.5 minutes.
Well, 3 offensive rebounds for the New Zealand Breakers, but they haven't been able to turn it into points. Just the 2 so far. Great start for the Taipans.
Stephen Wake harassed by Vicona, giving him plenty to think about. Single numbers on the shot clock. Here's Smith dumping it to Carrera against Abercrombie. Tried to spin baseline, can't find a way past. Shot clock about to expire. Can't convert. Good solid D there from Tom Abercrombie. Plenty happening off the ball as well for Vicona. Well, fans thought he travelled. Was that the gather step that we've been talked about?
Well, it might be the case, but I want to get back to that defence from Tom Abercrombie. He's seen everything in this league, and there wouldn't be a match-up in the last 10 years that he wouldn't back himself against.
Here's Glidden, got it from Carrera, works baseline, ran out of room. Scoochie Smith fires, couldn't get it to go. Edward got a piece of it, but it spills to Vicona. The veteran comes up with it. Sosa, lob pass for Pledger, couldn't handle it initially. Somehow kept it alive to Newbill. A frantic start here. Taipans have had the better of it. New Zealand just 2 of 7 from the field. Sosa fires and never looked like missing.
Well, this is what Cairns done a lot throughout the season. They have to be careful and stay on top of what they're doing. They had that nice little lead and New Zealand weren't shooting the ball well, but they have to stick to their offense and make sure they're taking good shots. That last one from Carrera and that one right there, they're not the looks they need.
Time from Michael Carrera. Need to be slow motion there. Stages of this opening quarter. New Zealand scored the last 5 to get back to within 3, but they've come up empty on this play phase, and we're going to see Kirk Penny and Rob Lowe check in. Pledger and Newbill take a seat. And here comes Alex Loughton for Stevie Wade.
There's that 3-point shooting from Edgar Sosa, touch under 40%. And you mentioned it, Brad, a good start for the Taipans on defence. But that's Sosa. He's that good. He can stand and deliver. That was a big shot to get the Breakers underway.
Scoochie Smith with it. Around Sosa, confronted by Lowe, goes on with the dribble, got down low, double team, ball knocked out of his hands. And another stop for the Breakers. A well-drilled machine, the New Zealand Breakers, and that's why they've been able to put together this 5-game winning streak. 3 of those 5 wins have been by 5 points or less, though. Sosa. There's a screen from Vicona. Now Abercrombie got a good look at it, and he fills it up.
Cam, you said it earlier, he has been shooting the ball well. He's nearly 40% from the 3-point line and drops that one down for the hammer.
Breakers have scored the last 8 here after the Taipans scored the previous 10. Alex Loughton having a great season and an immediate impact off the bench.
Always good signs when Alex Loughton comes in, buries his first shot, claps the hands, little fist pump.
Get on that closeout.
You know he's here for a fight.
Well, we just heard there Aaron Fern get on that closeout, Cam. That's what you were just talking about. He doesn't want to give them a 3. We saw Sosa on one side and then Abercrombie on the other. 6 points very quickly.
Shea Ili into the game in his 50th NBL appearance. What a season he is having. Most improved player in the competition so far. Lowe fires, knocked down by Egwu after the shot. No whistle forthcoming. Kept alive intelligently by Finn Delaney. So another chance here for the Breakers. Shot clock to single numbers. This time Carrera, Glidden getting right on top of Abercrombie. Low down on the block. Out to Shea Ili in a busted play. Can't convert it, and Egwu puts a stop to it eventually. Carrera wanted it quickly from Scoochie Smith. Alex Loughton fires and fouled in the process. Chance at a 4-point play.
Vintage Alex Loughton doesn't hesitate. I'm loving that he's just letting it fly this year. Sees some open passes, knocks it down, little handoff. See the contact from Kirk Penny. Silly foul, and Alex potential 4-point play.
Well, what about the pass from Scoochie Smith? Really pushed the ball down hard. Looked like he was going to penetrate. Saw his big man behind him, and that man's done it so many times. Goes to the line for the 4-point play.
Steadying the ship for the Taipans. They're back out to a 6-point lead. Game of momentum shifts. Shea Ili greeted at half court by Loughton. Penny. Back to Illy. Looks for the penetration. Oh, he shook off Cam Glidden, who went to Abercrombie. Can't convert. The rebound grabbed by Scoochie Smith, off and running. Spinning on Illy, down to the baseline, running out of real estate. Finds Carrera, who works inside Penny. Nice dump down low. And from behind, Abercrombie thought he had a clean block, but called for the foul.
Well, I really like this junket-up defense from Aaron Fern, the 1-3-1 up the floor, the long body of Loughton. Not as mobile as he was 5 or 6 years ago, but he's still all of 6'9" with some long arms. Falling back, baiting the breakers, Shea Ealing into that long floater. Doing a great job.
Just let me know what Alex says during the week once he's heard you say that,
He knows.
Con. Not as young as he used to be.
Fourth team foul on the Breakers as well. A little over 3 minutes out from quarter change. Scoochie Smith gets his first score of the game from the free throw line. Cairns are on an 8-0 run now.
Well, he's not as young as he used to be, boys, but he will give you everything he's got every night.
Taipans with 6 scorers so far. Breakers just 3. As we move inside the last 3 minutes of the opening quarter, Ely finds Abercrombie, goes back in there low, has the ability to knock it down from deep, not on this occasion. Carrera gets after it, tried to work it out of court off Abercrombie and succeeded, according to referee Matt Townsend. In fact, they're going to overrule. The ball is going to be back with the Breakers.
Well, I'm going to watch Carrera all night long because that guy, his reactions is just unbelievable. And look, originally I thought that that's not good for a team. When, you know, he did a block shot the other day that was so clear that it was block. He let everyone in the arena know it wasn't, but it was. And then you look at every play, he's so into it. And originally I thought it's bad, but I'm just seeing a guy that is just so passionate about his team. The players love him. He seems to be so well put into this team so far.
Newbill, the only starter on the floor for the Breakers at the moment. Here's Delaney going to work. Worried into a tough shot by Egwood. Couldn't complete it initially, but does on the second asking to come up with his first score in the game.
Well, that's 6 offensive rebounds for the Breakers already, and that would not please Coach Aaron Fern one bit. They need to find a body. Keep these Taipans off the glass.
Mitch McCarron picks up the dribble. Here's Carrera, single digits on the shot clock. Loughton rolls baseline against Delaney. Wipes his chances in a high mismatch, but feeds Egwood, who's off the iron. Loose ball, McCarron tried to keep it alive, but Penny was awake to it. Now Ealing for Newbill. Support up the floor as well. Rob Lowe against Loughton. Spins baseline. Nothing worth doing there. Delaney top of the defense and comes up with the goods. Back-to-back buckets for Finn Delaney.
Well, those open three-point shots are creeping in. We saw Thursday night against Melbourne United, the Taipans gave up 38 three-pointers. That's the most in their club's history since going to the 40-minute format. They really need to tighten the screws on that three-point line.
McCarron feeds Carrera from close range. The Venezuelan came up empty. Edward, the offensive rebound. Great job on the boards. Edward, here's Scoochie Smith taking them on. Can't complete it. Loose ball. Carrera over the back. Just muscles his way in against Kirk Penny. Adds another 2, and Carrera with 4 in the game.
Well, that's better from Scoochie Smith. I know he missed it, but as he drives hard at the basket, then his bigs know that the shot's going up, and that enables them to get the offensive rebound.
And Newbill called for the offensive foul. Paulie Hanari with his head in his hands in front of the New Zealand bench. Can't believe it. That's 5 team fouls on the Breakers here.
Yeah, I don't like that one, boys. Minimal contact for me. Bit of that head banging we're talking about. But I don't put that on Scoochie Smith. That's on the officials. Players, they're going to ask the question because they've got so many calls over the last 5 years.
Well, I think Paulie's comments are, he's okay, if you're going to call that one, then call it at the other end. Carrera definitely dropped his shoulder a couple of times.
You can find one on every play, Brad, I reckon.
Elliott play for McCarron. Couldn't complete up the pass from Weeks, and then Kirk Penny off and running. Picks up the dribble. Decided to go solo. It was a good option. What a player, Kirk Penny, as he opens his scoring account.
What a luxury to have him coming off the bench. And then you talk Shiley as well. Just such a luxury for this team.
Egwu against Lowe. Whistle off the ball here. Foul is going to be called on TJ Newbill. So free throws to come here for the Taipans. They're 3 of 3 from the stripe so far. The Breakers, none of 2.
That's Newbill's second foul. We can't really see it there. Bit of an a bit of a grab on Scoochie Smith off the ball. That'll be number 2, and he'll take a seat. You see Chris Patton come into the game for the first time for the Snakes as well.
Of course, we have to mention that Nate is still out. Do we know when he's coming back? Nate Dewar saw him in a boot earlier today. Have we heard anything, Cam?
Yeah, well, it's originally 3 months, Brad, so he's in that boot. He's on the crutches, so it won't be next week. Yeah, I think getting back around Christmas time, that'll be the goal.
Scoochie Smith, a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line. That is the margin that Taipans enjoy at the moment. A little over 30 seconds out from quarter time. Can catch and shoot from Ely, and he knocks down another.
He's contorting himself. He only needs half a second. He's like a praying mantis looking for that foul as well, saying, you want to touch me, you want to touch me, we can turn 3 into 4.
169 NBL games and a 42% free throw shooter, one of the best of all time. Here's Jared Weeks penetrating, went to McCarron when McCarron was heading for the rebound. Thought Weeks was going coast to coast. Jump ball called. And the possession arrow.
I love how hard both these coaches have their teams playing. We see bodies, players mopping up the floor with their bodies, getting after it. Finn Delaney, Alex Loughton. It's a big game for the Snakes and the Breakers. They want to stay up there near the top echelon on that ladder.
I always noticed Mitch McCarron as well. I was a massive fan of him last season. I thought he had a great season. He's really struggled this second year to me. He's shooting under 40% from the field. He's under 40% from the three-point line, and he's also around 60% from the free throw. Really needs to get into it.
Ely travelled under pressure with 1.6 left on the clock before quarter time, so they've coughed it up here. And a chance for the Taipans. Taipans, the worst first quarter team in the competition. They've lost 6 of 7 first quarters, but they're going to have the honours here, one suspects. Weeks from half court. Oh, it's a goal! Icing on the cake, the fans to their feet. They've won a cheeseburger already in the game. And Cairns has got a 4-point lead at quarter time as well. Terrific stuff from Jared Weeks under pressure from St. Ely. And that gives them a bar, boys.
Well, it has. I agree with Brad. The intent of the Cairns offense, in particular Scoochie Smith, they're last in the league in field goal shooting, but they were a meaty 54% in that first quarter, off to a great start.
The Breakers not happy with the foul count at the moment, 6-2 against them. Patton onto the floor. The Cairns is Loughton feeding Weeks. He fires and knocks down another 3.
Well, that's a layup, isn't it, boys, after his last 3 from half court.
I am a massive fan of Jared Weeks. What he brings this team, he did it in Illawarra and he's bringing it here. He comes off the bench and just gives them so much energy and scoring punch.
Oh, Delaney, the athletic man, goes to work, comes up with a finish as well. He's averaging 13.7 rebounds at the Asia Cup for the Kiwis. He's got 7 in this game already, Delaney. His season high is 9, so that's in some danger here. Pat from close range, rejected by Rob Lowe, goes back for seconds, made some room for the shot, still can't get a reply. And the rebound snatched there by Finn Delaney, doing it at both ends. A little over a minute played in this second term. Penny looks off the D, goes to work. He's having a night out, Kirk Penny. 3 of 3 from the field. He has 8 points to lead all scorers.
You can only just say, wow. He is just so good. Hasn't played much this year, had some injuries, but what a great game he's having so far.
Patton's off the mark there. Foul's been called in the rebound duel here. And it's going to be called on Finn Delaney. Well, that's not going to improve the disposition of Paulie Hanari on the bench. So that's 7 fouls now on New Zealand and 2 on Cairns. When they played in round 1, New Zealand were called for 30 fouls in that game, and Cairns just 19. So here's Loughton firing the 3, and they are unconscious at the moment. That is 6 of 8 from long range for Cairns.
Well, time out by Paul Hanari. They're camped in that Carnival 2-3 zone. It's a bit stand-aroundish to my liking at the moment, and the Taipans just burying them from outside.
Well, I was just watching Paul Hanari. He threw his arms up at the team saying, what are we doing? I expect a close one again tomorrow.
90 seconds played, term number 2. Jacks National Basketball League coming to you from far north Queensland here as the Taipans look to continue their winning streak against the Breakers. Penny, shook them all away and knocked down the shot once more. This is vintage Kirk Penny.
He is toying with them right now. It is a cat playing with a mouse. Little fakes, step-throughs, leaning in 3-pointers. They're going to need to send a double, do something. Kirk's head is leading them a merry dance.
36 years of age, the second oldest man in the competition. He's still got it. Here's Weeks. Shot clock to 5. Thought about pulling the trigger. Now they'll need to. Not a lot of time here to Damon Hire. Off-balance shot, never looked likely, and Sosa snatches the rebound. Sosa retreats away from Jared Weeks. Leads Petty. Why not? Now Bacona, guarded by Patton. Mismatch there, but they're forced to retreat. Shot clock to 5. Here's Sosa in a mismatch against Loughton. Pulls up for the 3. Can't connect. And the rebound at the offensive end from Rob Lowe. Couldn't get the putback to go, but he's off to the free throw line.
Well, that's offensive rebound number 7. And this isn't a great side on the glass for the Taipans. Loughton, Patton, and the 3 smaller guards, Weeks, Hire, and McCarron, as we see Stephen Way come in to try and hopefully help with that problem.
Taipans averages 30 rebounds a game, second to bottom in the competition, and it's working against them here. As Rob Lowe goes to the free throw line. Just 4 of 10 from the free throw line coming into this game. The fans are happy. They've already picked up the cheeseburger, which comes with a plan of some consecutive free throws. Part of the triple-double round here. And, of course, download the NBL app and you get a free large meal upgrade at participating Hungry Jack's stores as well. Can't watch the game at home, you can follow it on the app. Get involved there. Now, the shot clock rolls to 10 here. Weeks to McCarron. Gets it back. Top of the key. What a ball movement. They don't have to pull the trigger. It's Loughton. Can't convert. Bacona. Man-sized rebound for him.
Well, that was just great defense from New Zealand. Mika Bacona, he didn't let Weeks turn the corner, and then everyone up the ante, and there's a foul. Oh, no, I thought it was going to be on Loughton, but there's just something on the court. It was a Hungry Jack's Whopper meal.
All the fans here, they can present their ticket to the local Hungry Jacks membership. They will enjoy. So Edgar Sosa takes over here, just 1 of 2 from the field. There's a 3-pointer. Goes to Bacona, working on Stevie Way. No room for the shot. He's called for a 3-second violation. Credit the Cairns D.
Well, the operation was a complete success and the patient died. Nice little action play there from Paul Hanare. They get Bacona right on the money under the cup. He spills his lollies and they get called for 3 in the key.
The Taipans have got this on their terms at the moment. They've slowed it down. It's combined 13 points between the two teams here in the first 3.5 minutes. Carrera, Loughton beats Way. Now with 3 on the shot clock, needs to do something quickly. Spins baseline, can't convert. Fletcher snatches the rebound.
Some real troubling signs for the Taipans the last 4 or 5 possessions. Very clunky. Need something on the rim and they need it soon.
Penny fires again, and Kirk Penny winding back the clock here, up to 13 points. He's hit 5 of 5 from the field, including 3 triples.
Cam, I'm 100% with you. This team is just not getting it done offensively, and I think you've got to look at Scoochie, Cam Glidden. They're all on the bench, even Carrera. They may have to make a change.
At 31, coming to the rescue, Damon Hire comes up with his first score.
A beautiful pass from Alex Loughton. Really forced the issue there. Damon Hire, a great athlete. Loughton knows that, just puts it out in front. And gets him an easy one just to steady the ship. Bit of 2-3 zone from the Snakes here. Trying to clog it up. It looks like the big boys. Stevie Way. Bartender make mine a little stronger.
Bacona up to 6 points. And we are tied at 33. Middle stages of the second quarter. It's led by as many as 8 in the opening term. Led by 7 at the start of this quarter, and they hit the first bucket. New Zealand, very professional outfit, staying with their stuff as Sosa. Restricted by some good D. Here's Bacona. They let him march into the paint. He helps himself to another 2. Bacona's up to 8 points. And timeout call here by Cairns. 5:03 to play until half-time. The Breakers lead by 2. Great battle between these two coaches as well. Aaron Fern and Paulie Hanari, with Fern leading 5-zip. Let's listen in on the sounds of the game. A long way from the hoop, guarded by former teammate Ramon.
Of course, but a great insight there into the fantastic coaches we have in this league.
What about Aaron Fern? Take care of number 7 and number 15. Love it.
So the Snakes, they've stopped to a walk here, just 8 points in this quarter. We've played more than 5 minutes. They scored in the first 30 seconds of this quarter. Carrera takes them on, eventually draws a foul. Now, Pledger doesn't like it, and he's going to pick up his first. In fact, it could be number 2 for Pledger. It is.
Well, he's fearless, Michael Carrera, as we see. The little fake handoff from Vacona.
Yeah, I love that play. Look at that. And that's what Kirk Penny gives you. By him coming for the handoff, and he's obviously 4 of 4 from the field and got his 13 points. Actually, he's 5 of 5 now. Mika Vacona, so good. A veteran, just shows the handoff. Looks like he's going to go straight to the rim. Beautiful work, Mika Vacona.
21 points off the bench for New Zealand here, and just 14 for their starters, and that's largely due to Kirk Penny. But Carrera, can we double up on the cheeseburger deal here? Can Carrera miss both of these?
There's money in the bank, Case. Money in the bank.
Well, he wasn't in Melbourne the other night, and there was some talk going on there. We all saw Fern, his after-match comments, so if you haven't got it, get onto the NBL app and have a listen.
Sosa found some space. DJ Healy can't convert. Pledger had a piece of it, but only succeeds in knocking it out of court.
Is it a battle of the Kiwi coaches tonight? Have we figured out Aaron Fern's accent yet? There's about 12 different dialects in there. Reminds me of a United Nations meeting.
Never quite sure where it's coming from, but obviously the message is a good one, the way he's got the Taipans working. Semi-finalists last year, 2 grand final appearances as well. Yet to get the ultimate prize in the Hungry Jacks National Basketball League. The Breakers lead here by a point after Cairns led by 4 at quarter time. Healy penetrating in the corner, elevating Sosa toward the back end. Now Weeks with the rebound. McCarron to his left, Carrera to his right. Now to the Venezuelan. It's a good offset.
What a play by Jared Weeks. Speed kills, takes it off the rim, ignites the break, and Carrera makes me friend is running with it. Great finish.
Abercrombie can't convert. Now McCarron off and running for Cairns. Here's Carrera again, feeling it, decides to fire the 3, and it's all the bottom of the net. Carrera in the double figures to lead Cairns. (39-35). Cairns take over on the back of a 6-0 run here. And timeout called. And Aaron Fern thrilled with the refereeing. He'll be having a moment there with Matt Townsend. Miscommunicate. Edgar Sosa, 3 points. He's only hit the 1 field goal, but he has 3 assists in the game to lead that category, along with Carrera. Look away pass. Now Carrera stole. He read the pass. He's in the open court, but Kona will challenge him. Carrera doesn't care. That's unsportsmanlike. Unsportsmanlike foul called on Mika Vacona.
Easy call there for the officials. Aaron Fern sets up in that 2-3 zone out of the timeout to mess with Paul Hanare. It pays off. And that's the easiest call that the officials will make all night.
Are they the 2 strongest men in the league? Well, I'm watching it and I'm just seeing these guys running towards the rim, and I'm thinking this is 2 trains going at it.
I braced myself for impact. I was under the desk. I'm good now.
Vagona picks up his first foul. 3rd team foul on the Breakers in this quarter. Taipans just the 1 foul since quarter time. And Carrera continues to impress here. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal. And the block column will have a number in it very shortly, I suspect, as well.
We'll go after them all, boys. And I love it. Gets the dunk, the little drop-in dunk on the break. The little spoon feed from Jared Weeks comes down. You know what, guys? I'm feeling good. Brad, you're talking about he's not shy. Just pulls up, drains the 3. He's rolling.
He's got 12 points at 57%, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He's just doing it all tonight.
Taipans have scored the last 8 and with possession here on the unsportsmanlike foul. Egwu feeds Carrera, trying to shake Abercrombie. Low reaches in, dislodges the ball, forces the error. Carrera turns it over.
Really good job there. The Breakers, Rob Lowe offering that gap help, knowing that Michael Carrera's a bit thirsty right now. Wanted to help out Abercrombie. They did a really good job cradling him on that possession.
Sosa, it's Penny, being dominant, walked into traffic, lost control, thought the ball came off Cairns. Referee Tony Corbell didn't see it that way.
Well, that's much better defense from Cairns. If Kirk Penny's going to come off that screen, you've got to lock and trail, and exactly what they did, and stay on his hip and force him to the ring to the big man in the middle.
A good read from Nana Egwu, too. Didn't go for the little ball fake from Kirk. Knew that he wanted to take it himself. Got that verticality contested, ended up in a turnover.
Taipans have done a great job at the defensive end. Sosa and Newbill between them are 1 of 3. Newbill with 2 fouls, hasn't seen a lot of time because of that. He's Gordon going hard to work, couldn't complete it. Good pressure from Penny. The 36-year-old is keeping the Breakers alive here at the moment. Margin is out to 6 once more on the back of an 8-0 run from Cairns.
No one would have a more detailed game plan than Aaron Fern on how to stop a superstar. Edgar Sosa really hasn't seen too many open passes tonight.
Got away from Scoochie Smith there, but couldn't convert. So 1 of 4 from the field here, Sosa. After he was dominant against Adelaide 48 hours ago. Delaney feeds Abercrombie. He fires, knocks it down, and was knocked down in the process. So a chance at a 4-point play here as Carrera picks up his first foul.
Yeah, not a good close out there. You can just see as he lands here, watch the left arm, bang, just comes straight down at Abercrombie. Good call, because that's exactly what they called in the first half when Alex Loughton had the 4-point play.
Some quality shooting from long range in this game. Cairns 7 of 11 at 64%. New Zealand 7 of 12 at 58%. And the big 4-point play drags the Breakers back to within 2, a little over 2 remaining here in term 2. Carrera, huge his battle with Abercrombie. Loughton beats Glidden. Now Egwu. For Scoochie Smith, close quarter. Shot clock to single digits. No room for the shot there. Now Loughton against Delaney. Goes one way, back the other. Alex Loughton adds another 2. He's into double figures. 11 now for Alex Loughton on 4 of 6 shooting. We've got 8 scorers in the game from Taipans. Reaching in Carrera's picked up a cheapie here. That's not good. His second and the 3rd team foul on Cairns in this quarter.
Well, the timing's not too bad to pick up his second with just a minute 38 left in the half, but this game's been fantastic, boys. We've had a half-court shot, 2 4-point plays. We're getting cheeseburgers. 3 years ago, Breakers Taipans would have been a snooze fest. Both teams shooting 47%. We've seen some great D as well. Fantastic game.
Carrera sent to the bench with that second foul. They don't want to risk another 90 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Sosa floating solo with Newbill on the bench in foul trouble. Athletic work again from Finn Delaney going to work, drawing a foul. He's off to the free throw line.
Well, that's his game, Finn Delaney. He really needs to get to those little receiver spots, because he's some kind of athlete, Finn Delaney. He can finish with some authority, get in behind the defence, wait for your time, explode up to the rim. Got to knock these down though, young fella.
Well, 1 of 5 from the free throw line at 20% this season. We might be doubling up here. It might be the cheeseburger deluxe.
Can I double down, Case? Can I get some more?
Delaney makes the back end there. Shea Ely checks back in, relieving Penny. And Egwu goes to the bench. Stevie White comes back for the Taipans. Only 2 points, 2 boards for Nana Egwu, and he's had more of an influence than those numbers might suggest. Cairns by 3. Loughton goes to Clinton, working the baseline, rejected there by Abercrombie. They're playing above the rim as well. Good pressure from McCarron, forces the error. It looked as though it came off Shea Ely. Tony Corbell didn't see it that way.
Yeah, I agree, Case. I think this one did come off Shea Ely. I think it's been deflected off the knee. We were right. We had a great angle of it. As we see the rim protection from Tom Abercrombie. What a luxury that is. Didn't quite see the footage there, but I'd love to see a replay of that one, because I think it could definitely come off Shea Ely's knee from where we were sitting.
I'm happy for you to talk to me. Don't react at me like that, okay?
We all make mistakes. Here's the message from Tony Caldwell. Players just need to try and calm the emotions. A little over a minute out from half-time. That's the 4th. Taipans have 14 fouls. Shea Ely fires. Can't connect. Trapped in the rebounding duel there. Low goes down. So free throws to come, because the foul's been called on the Taipans and they're over the limit.
It is, and they've done a better job on the glass, the Taipans, this quarter. Gave up 6 in the first, which was a little heavy. Just the 2 this quarter. These Breakers, they're not going to get any smiles. We see Finn Delaney drop it off. Shea Ely, extremely quiet tonight. He's having a fantastic season so far, as we see the grab on the rebound contest.
is a streaky free throw shooter as well. 4 of 10 from the stripe coming into this game. And he's missed the front end there, so now 1 of 3. Makes the back end.
Well, they're in the 44% from the free throw line. Is just not going to get it done on the road if you have hopes of getting road wins. So I need to pick that up, the Breakers.
Timeout called here, 1:06 left until halftime. Cairns by 2, and Kirk Penny wound back the clock here in this first half. 13 points. Hit his first
down 6 or 7 straight and just walk over to the bench.
Oscar Foreman is the other that's way up there in high 40s. Now, McCarron's got problems here, tried to work it out of court. That's harassing D from New Zealand. Not rewarded. You have to love the hustle. Mika Bakona lives on it.
Both of these coaches are outstanding defensive masterminds. You see Paul Hanare, the extended D up the floor. Aaron Ferns jumped up some soft pressure up the floor as well. They just want to keep each other guessing. It's been a great game of chess so far, with some fantastic shooting to go with it.
Great point, Cam. This is an excellent battle between these coaches. Scoochie Smith gets it to Cam Glidden. Get over the halfway line. They'll give him plenty to think about, though. Now the shot clock rolls into single digits, and Smith, top of the key, needs to get something happening. Plenty of activity off the ball. Smith decides to go solo, kicks outside, poor pass. Stevie Way kept it alive. Now in busted play, Glidden tries, can't convert. Abercrombie the rebound. The shot clock some 14 seconds inside the game clock as we head toward half-time. Sosa beats Bakona. Boughton dispossessed him, got a piece of the action, and now Smith with the shot clock not in effect here. It's outside the game clock. And Glidden will slow it down here. Taipans, they led by 4 at quarter time. Margin is 2 here. Now they need to get busy. Smith draws a foul. They have one to give the Breakers. That's their 4th team foul in this quarter. So 7.1 seconds out from half-time. Cairns with possession.
Smart foul by the Breakers with 1 to give there. Scoochie Smith getting a bit of a wind-up, splitting that double team. Reach in, make a play at the ball. Smart foul, make them take it out from the side.
Man to man!
We saw some heroics on the quarter-time buzzer. With Jared Weeks hitting from half-court. What can they come up with here? Loudon against Bakona. Now Glidden got Shea Ely away from the shot. Can't connect though, and Finn Delaney snatches the rebound, and an entertaining first half concludes. Well, it's 1 quarter apiece, but the Taipans with a 2-point edge at the major break. Cairns 43, New Zealand 41. And this great battle between
that sleeping dog. They've been good, but not great, and anything could happen here in this second half.
Possession arrow with the New Zealand Breakers on a 5-game winning streak. Newbill back on the floor. Tandems with Sosa. Shot clock to 10. Now Sosa pushes away Scoochie Smith and fires, and Sosa comes up with his 2nd field goal of the game. His first score since quarter time to tie it away.
Well, he would have had a little word from Paul Hanare at halftime. Just a little tap on the shoulder, maybe just a look like, hey, you're my guy. Try and make some things happen.
Here's Edwards. Picks up the dribble, now needs help. Provided by Stevie Way. In turn, Glidden. Turn down the shot. Now Edwards with 4 on the shot clock. Well, he feeds Scoochie Smith, working back to a little lap of honor, wouldn't tumble. So a chance for New Zealand to retake the lead here. Bakona shares it with Pledger. To get the score in the game. And Sosa, well, feeling confident now from long range, can't convert. Carrera grabs the rebound. Venezuelan brings the Taipans forward. Way. Hands over. Carrera guarded by Abercrombie. Still got into their rhythm here. First 90 seconds of the 3rd quarter. So Carrera takes on Abercrombie, needs to get busy with 3 on the shot clock and goes to work. He's now got 14 to lead all scorers.
And great players just make great plays. That's what they brought Michael Carrera in when the offense isn't clicking, as you mentioned, Case. Carrera, put it under your wing, get in the paint, go and get us one big fella. We'll work on the rest and get it together.
5 of 8 from the field. Here's Vacona getting down low. He's into double figures. 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting for Mika Vacona. That equals his season high.
That's just poor defense by Stevie Way. Mika Vacona, you know that he's not going to shoot it from the outside. As Glidden misses the 3. You just have to stop that penetration on Mika.
Glidden 1 of 6 from the field, including 1 of 4 from 3-point territory. Big shooting problems this season. Here's Abercrombie, baseline, picks up the dribble, shot block to 10 for Sosa. Penetration, pass Wake is fronted by Egwu, retreats to Newville. He hasn't scored either. Beats Pledger, baseline, he's fouled. Going to be on Scoochie Smith, his first.
Brad, I want to touch on, you're talking about Mika Vacona and the poor defense from Stevie Wade. I can tell you from experience, as we see the big pledge hammer go up strong, I can tell you from experience, he's really hard to guard, Mickey. He gets a lot of layups off those fake handoffs because he's such a good screener and he's such a willing passer. He's so unselfish. You almost always brace for the pass and then he makes you look silly going to the rack. Really crafty player, really hard to guard. I could never surprise people like that because they knew I wanted to shoot it every time I had it. So I never tricked anyone.
Pledger missed 2 free throws earlier in the game to send us all a cheeseburger. Makes the back end there. Thank goodness for that. He's in my fantasy team, and every time you miss a free throw, you lose a point. He hasn't got many to give away at the moment. First score in the game for Pledger. And he gives the Breakers the lead here. Smith in traffic, needs help. Glidden's overdue. Still can't get a reply for Kona. Grabs another important rebound for the Breakers. That rebound count we spoke about at half-time starting to cause concern for the Taipans. Just get the impression the Breakers grabbing the momentum here. Abercrombie got Carrera in the air, stepped back beyond the three-point line and drains it. They've got their biggest lead of the game.
I love that play from New Zealand. It's like a handoff. They do it a lot at the end of quarters where they just run really quickly and then it's the close out there and Abercrombie with a step-back 3. Beautiful offense by Paul Hanari.
6 unanswered points from New Zealand gives them a 4-point buffer. Carrera pushes over Abercrombie, tells him to get up as well. 16 now to lead all scorers.
That's an interesting duel, that one. We knew it was going to be Tom Abercrombie, a veteran, one of the best to do it in our league. And Michael Carrera, who won't care about his resume.
Abercrombie goes to Vacona, Pledger in support. Newville gives it to Sosa. Shot clock works to 5 from close range. Vacona couldn't get it over the front of the rim. Pledger can, it's waved away. Offensive foul's going to be called on Vacona. Well, Pledger threw down the dunk, but Vacona inconvenienced his opponent in the process.
I can't help but laugh on your fantasy side case. Right.
Don't worry, Cam, I'll get you.
Pledger's about to get a double.
Mika's killing it. Vacona picks up his second personal. Already Newville, Pledger and Delaney have 2.
Watch it here. Mika Vacona with a bit of sweet chin music. I don't think it was on purpose. Well, he certainly had eyes for the ball. If it was, he disguised it very well. Got Stevie Way right in the chops.
You can't call that.
Don't be salty, Case. Could be worse. You could be playing Redditch like me. I'm getting killed.
Here's Carrera. He's on my team as well. The poor pass is picked off. I'm falling apart, my fantasy team. Loughton reaches in. We called for the foul here. Vacona tangles with him. And Loughton's going to pick up the foul.
And I'm sorry, I might be leading the Mika Vacona fan club, but I'm just in awe of this guy at the age he is. We see getting the deflection, the activity, getting on the floor. Like, he's the oldest guy, besides Kirk Penny, he'd be the oldest guy on the floor. The physicality, the intensity that he brings every night at that age, he must do a fantastic job of taking care of his body to leave the tread on the tyres the way he plays.
35 and a half years old. There you see the live points. Carrera leading the charge at the moment with 36. And from close range, the Breakers, DJ Newville gets his first score in the game. Scoreless first half for him. They've got the edge here by 4. The Cairns Taipans have scored only 4 here in more than 4 minutes of this third quarter. It's dried up at the offensive end. Who's going to break the drought for them? Scoochie Smith. Pledger on the retreat, looking a little nervous. Forced him into a tough shot. If Scoochie Smith gets his first field goal, is equal to the challenge. Back to a 2-point ball game. If Newville starts to get busy, then there could be other problems for the Taipans. Shot clock rolls to 10 here. Newville gets it from Pledger. Cairns soft on D, gave Newville some space to work into. Feeds Sosa, can't convert. Scoochie Smith with the rebound. Here we go, coast to coast. And the two will count. Chance of a three-point play here. Mitigating circumstances for Mika Bacona, who goes down picking up the foul. It's his third personal. If you get a look in replay.
That first take from Scoochie Smith, the nice soft touch, and here he catches Mika Bacona walking backwards down the stairs, drops him off, and drops it in. What a play from Scoochie.
Well, that's what they need from him. We spoke about it in the first half. He has to do that penetration and get to the rim. Been a little bit down tonight, but hopefully there's 5 quick points for him, and hopefully that'll get him going.
Well, I mentioned he's the youngest import in the competition, Scoochie Smith, just 22 years of age. Not having a great night shooting-wise, but getting to the free throw line, 5 of 5. And Shea Ely takes on Edward, couldn't complete it. Now Scoochie Smith with McCarron to his right. Well, the Breakers get back in numbers. Scoochie Smith slipped on the floor there. Edward beats McCarron. Didn't need a lot of time to get it off. Can't convert though. And now Newbill. Abercrombie ahead of him. Carrera to beat. He goes upstairs, and Carrera, and he's picked up the foul. It's going to be his third personal, and Tom Abercrombie's off to the free throw line.
Well, I love that pass. I think it was Newbill. He just gives it up nice and early to the athletic Abercrombie, and we talk about the athletes in this 3 spot. Look at those 2 athletes go at it.
I don't know if Michael Carrera has ever been dunked on in his life. He'd rather kill you than get dunked on. He would have seen Tom Abercrombie throw down a few last week. He wanted no part of that. Going to have to earn these 2.
Crossed over the 3,000-point plateau in Newbill in this game. Tom Abercrombie still going strong here. 12 points in the game. Kirk Penny with 13, the only New Zealand Breaker with more. And Pledger gets a seat on the bench. Been largely ineffectual. The Breakers by 1. 4.5 left to play here in the third quarter. The Taipans wanted to slow this down to a low-scoring game. They got their wish. They're going to have to put some points on the board eventually. It's Loughton feeds Egwu. They want Carrera again against Abercrombie. Shot clock at 5. Loughton against Finn Delaney. Likes his chances against the smaller opponent, but the left hand can't convert. Ball knocked down out of court. Shea Ely had a piece of it. The Breakers don't like it, but it's going to be Cairns in possession.
Nana Egwu showing why he was one of the first players re-signed in the off-season for this Taipans team. His numbers aren't eye-popping, but his energy and effort is on every play, earning the ball back for the Snakes.
Jared Weeks checks into the game. Scoochie Smith gets a rest here. Neither team really able to get their offensive flow going here since half-time. Almost 6 minutes played here in the third. Here's Carrera. Bounce pass for Weeks, who retreats away now from Kirk Penny. Down low, Egwu against Rob Lowe. 4 on the shot clock. Fires, and Nana Egwu comes up with the goods. Retake the lead, the Taipans. An offensive foul is called. Carrera, he's got some advice for Rob Lowe as well. His teammates come in just to keep the Venezuelan volcano from erupting.
Well, Alex Loughton, he's seen that movie before. That's a rerun. He was Johnny on the spot. We see Rob Lowe, sneaky. Gotcha. Michael Carrera, he's about to get up with a few choice words, and Alex says, hey, mate, we're good. Stay with us.
I just love that all 4 Cairns players, they know him so well. They sprint to him before he has a chance to say anything.
Weeks with the ball carrying duties. Here's McCarron. Carrera and Egwu, the only starters on the floor for the Taipans at the moment. McCarron with score on his mind. Goes down low with the left hand. Can't convert. Shea Ely. Well, he got it to Penny and it bounced back to him. Fortuitously, McCarron reaching in will be called for the foul there. His first. 4th team foul on Cairns in this quarter. The Breakers had 3 since half-time.
And Brad, you mentioned Mitch McCarron struggles. You feel for him. He works so hard at the defensive end on the glass. Fernie's there riding him. You're right, mate. It's coming. Keep taking the right shots. It's coming.
Yeah, it's just so hard. He had a great year last year. You come into that second year and everything was looking good, and now everyone's watched tape, knows what you're doing. It's so tough.
Here's Newbill in a mismatch with Egwu. Draws him out to the 3-point line. Single digits on the shot clock now. Low fires. Caught it deep. Loose ball. Penny gets after it. In fact, Finn Delaney can't keep it alive. And the Taipans will come up with possession. McCarran would know a lot of these Kiwis pretty well. Also, having played in the New Zealand Basketball League in the off-season, top 3 in scoring at 22 a game. You know when it clicks, he is very good.
He definitely is. It's just a matter of time. A goal like that works too hard for it not to come together. I expect it sooner rather than later for Mitch McCarran.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. You just know that it's going to come, and he just needs those 1 or 2 to drop, and then it's going to go for him.
Shot clock to 4. Week sneaking back to a nice look from Nana Engwood to get him a good opening.
A couple of really poised plays from Nana. The one before assesses the shot clock down to 3. Let's go the mid-range jumper that time. Hits Jared Weeks on the numbers for the easy layup.
Penetration from Newbill outside Delaney. The rainbow 3, it wouldn't work. Loose ball, last touch by the Breakers, according to referee Tony Corbell. Cairns will restart.
I really like how Cairns have got back into this. New Zealand came out in that third quarter and really pushed the Taipans, but they've settled. They're running good offense now, and I really like how Cairns have got into this quarter to end it.
McCarran, goodbye Penny. Lout. With Delaney to contend with. Now it's Weeks to Egwood to the elbow. They showed him no respect. Couldn't complete it. Delaney grabs the rebound and feeds DJ Newbill. It's 1 of 1 from the field, Newbill. Needs to get something going. Tries it this occasion. Can't convert. Good hustle from Delaney there, working against Carrera, who's going to be called for the foul. He just got a little too animated there, and Carrera's picked up his 4th personal.
Quick run and get him. Just don't let him start. You just got to love his energy, though. That's what it's all about, and that's a big one. There's his 4th foul. We see that on the screen there at the top. That's a big loss.
And over the limit now as well in this quarter for Taipans, so free throws to come for the Breakers. And he had this under control, but just got a little too animated once he'd come up with possession. You see he was grabbed there by Finn Delaney.
Can you get 3 personal fouls for that? I thought it looked a lot cleaner in actual time, but he comes over the back, he whacks it in the chops, and then whacks it in the chops again.
And then looks at the and says, what, me?
I love this guy.
Delaney pokes the back end. And the Breakers close to within 2. Less than 2 minutes remain in this third quarter. What an arm wrestle it's been. Biggest margin we've seen at any stage was an 8-point lead for the Taipans in the opening quarter. Weeks picks up the dribble. Way, McCarran, 10 on the shot clock. Loughton against Lowe. Into the paint. Ball away from Alex Loughton. Always short. Trey Ely grabs the rebound. Gives it up now for Edgar Sosa.
Well, this is the team that had the trouble in the first half where they struggled to score. So Cairns there, you could see it right in the last second. Turn around, fade away. Not the look they wanted. Hopefully they can get going here.
And defensively, plenty of speed out on the perimeter with the 3 smaller guards, Glidden, McCarran and Weeks, but 0 rim protection and not a whole lot of rebounding in this lineup. But they say the best rim protection is perimeter protection, which they show none of on that possession right there.
McCarran called for the foul, reaching in against Sosa. They're over the limit, so more free throws to come. Sosa's first trip to the free throw line, somewhat surprisingly. He gets there on average more than any other player for the New Zealand Breakers, but their D from Cairns has really slowed down Sosa and Newbill in this one.
Yeah, you were talking about that, Cam, and that's where Nate Juai is so missed. I can see that right now. You know, when he's not out there, obviously Nana Egwu's got to come in, but then they've got to give him a rest, and they just don't have that big to really plant the middle like they had with Nate.
I totally agree, and down the offensive end as well. Brad just throw it into the big house in there, let him go to work or command a double.
A reminder, we head to Sydney tomorrow. The Kings face the Illawarra Hawks. Sydney have slumped to the bottom of the ladder. Just 2-5 record. The Hawks are 2-5 themselves. Desperate for a win. Let's have a look at Mika Fakona in action. 5 of 8 from the field, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and a couple of assists. 30.
As you mentioned, Redditch is 3 wins. Are you counting this week already? Am I done already?
It's over, I think.
Yeah,
sorry to say.
Fair point.
You have nothing
Fair
this
play.
week.
I'll be back, baby.
And you can join in with the NBL Fantasy at any stage. You've missed the start of the season, so get involved. Great prizes up for grabs, cars, watches every month. Shot clock to 5 here. Glidden, well, he's overdue. Fires over low, can't complete it, so can Glidden's woes continue. Now 1 of 8 from the field, Cam Glidden, 1 of 5 from deep. Sosa at the other end can't buy the 3 either. Look at Shea Healy climb upstairs. Benjamin Penny. This time Glidden doing a good job of defending him. They can't afford to foul here, the Taipans. Over the limit. Sosa penetrates. Ball knocked out of his hands. That's great defense.
Well, looking in here at this angle, I think Alex may have got away with one. He put his arm in there. It'd be nice to know if he got that ball. Let's just have a look. Oh, that's a foul on the shoulder.
He does it so quick, like the veterans in this league. Alex Loughton, Mick Vacona as well. They get away with a lot. They time it really well, and they do get away with some fouls. Good job by Alex disguising that one, forcing the turnover.
Eamon Hire watches the shot clock roll into single numbers. Whistle provided here by Vaughan Mabry. A little bit happening between Sosa and Alex Loughton as well. 4th team foul on the Breakers in this quarter. Let's see what started that.
What about Loughton?
And Paulie Hanari out onto the floor as well, and the fans inviting him to go back to the coaches area.
And Aaron Fern inviting him back too, saying, hey, champ, get off the court. This is my house.
Hey, guys, go to the bench a sec, please. Go to the bench a sec, please. Yeah, we will talk. That's okay. I hear you. Let us deal with it. Hey, I hear you. Guys, bench, please. Bench, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now, I've got a foul for him running through the screen. So that should be the fourth team foul.
But hasn't had the influence that he's had, particularly 48 hours ago, where he had 24 against Adelaide.
And do you reckon there might have been something, a play or two before that? You know, Alex would have a little bit of a hello to him.
Well, literally the last play you mentioned, Brad, with Alex getting away with the whack across the shoulder to knock the ball out of bounds. Sosa hasn't had the shot going tonight. He's a little sensitive, and Paulinari's given him a break. In saying that, he is one of the stars of our league, and there's another quarter to go. You don't want to wake that sleeping giant.
Good point. The man from the Dominican Republic looks a little angry as he takes a seat on the bench. Taipans scored the last couple here and lead by 3 and can have the last say ahead of 3-quarter time. Glidden working on Abercrombie, retreats. Here's Weeks, got a good look. Can't complete it. Higher, the offensive rebound, invites Weeks to try his luck. Again, unable to hit the target. And with 1 quarter to play, we've got a ball game. It's low scoring, but it's high intensity. Don't go away here. The Taipans 58 lead New Zealand 55. Is a 5-game winning streak about to be snapped? Stick around.
Yeah, and you look at New Zealand, well, I look at this stat line, and Sosa and Illy, they are 6 points between, and Illy hasn't scored. 2 of 13 from the field and 1 of 8 from the 3-point line. Really need them to get going in the 4th if they want to get this win.
Newbill with foul problems, just 2 points from him as well. Here's Weeks, retreating away from the D. Now Glidden, well, he's had a shot tonight shooting-wise. 1 of 9 from the field, 1 of 6 from deep. Damon Hire exploring, now looks to attack, kicks to Glidden, who knows he's overdue. The 1 of 10 is the stat line he's not going to enjoy, and here's Egwu colliding with the Breakers' Newbill, and he'll be called for the foul.
Well, I'm going to cut Cam Glidden some slack as we see him miss the shot there, and Egwu's called over the shoulder for the little throw. But Cam Glidden's been highly criticised when he misses a couple of shots to go stand in the corner and put the cue in the rack. I like that he's kept firing. He's got in the paint a couple of times. Hasn't quite come off for him, but I can see the effort. He's made a concerted effort to get in that paint, take some shots, try and make things happen.
Take Ely against Egwu, penetrating, picks up the dribble. Penny, quick release. Yes! Penny comes good again. 16 for Penny, 4 of 4 from deep, and he tied us away at 58. This has been a virtuoso display from the 36-year-old veteran. Weeks goes to work Rob Lowe, throws it out of there.
Cam, I just want to pick you up on Glidden. Whilst I agree with what you're saying, you don't want to put the cue in the rack as we hit that 3. The problem I have is that no rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, no steals, no blocks. He's not really giving anything else unless he's scoring, and you need more.
I totally agree. He's been a jack of all trades for quite a number of years. Get on that glass, get some steals, take a few chances.
Loughton, 1 on the shot clock. Hire must pull the trigger against Newbill. Can't complete it. Weeks over the back of Delaney, who can't keep it alive. Good pressure from Weeks forces the error. And the Breakers turn it over. Give it back to Cairns. let's credit Cairns' defence as well. Their roster is not what you would say the most exciting on paper in terms of players with outstanding ability, but they've restricted New Zealand to just 71 when they played back in round one. They've got them here at 58 here at the start of the fourth. Remember that New Zealand got over 100 against Brisbane.
No coach I've seen put more work into his defensive scout than Aaron Fern. I've had the pleasure of playing for Aaron Fern, so I can't really comment on all the other coaches, but he stays up all night, every night. He would have had a plan for Edgar Sosa coming in, and he wouldn't have he spared no expense or time.
Misha Ely taking on Weeks, buffeted, draws contact. He's off to the free throw line.
Well, I like that from Ely. As I said, he struggled from the field a little bit. He's got 0 points, 0 of 5 from the field, and that's what we talk about, the Cam Glidden down the other end. Here he goes hard, takes the bump, goes up. There's nothing better than getting 2 free throws and hopefully, for his sake, seeing them drop through to get going in this game.
And that productivity you mentioned, Brad, he's got the 5 boards, 3 of them offensive. As a point guard, that's huge, getting extra possessions, a couple of assists too. He's done it in other ways to be a factor for this Breakers side.
Seesawing affair continues here. The Breakers have scored the first 5 points of the final quarter to retake the lead. We've joined us late. Both teams have led in each of the 4 quarters. Second of our doubleheader games. The early game, Melbourne, too good for Adelaide, who had coach Joey Wright ejected, picking up a couple of technical fouls. A handoff from Egwu for Weeks. A little untidy. And the Taipans have looked after the ball particularly well throughout the game. Just 7 turnovers coming into this quarter.
And a really good scout from Paul Hanare there. That is the flip side to the Taipans' equal opportunity offense. Sometimes role players get stuck with the ball late in possessions. Paul Hanare denied Jared Weeks. That was the money cut Taipans want. Denied that, took it away. It left Egwu on an island and they got the turnover.
Ely gets it from Newbill, goes back in that direction. Countered by Damon Hire, shot clock to 7. He pulls the trigger on the 3, and all of a sudden the Breakers enjoyed their biggest lead of the game. It's a 5-point buffer here, 7.5 to play.
Well, the tough thing now for Aaron Fern is how long do you leave Carrera on the bench? He's got 4 fouls, but they look better with him on.
8 unanswered points from the Breakers. Loughton, can he break the drought? A little deep with the 3. Egwu had good position there. He could only tap it for the advantage of McCarron. Wants to go and work on low on the retreat. And off the window, McCarron comes up with his first score in the game.
There it is, strong take, go get yourself a layup. Knows he's the bigger, stronger body against Kirk Penny. Gets all the way to the rim. And Nana Egwu, his effort on that offensive glass has been phenomenal.
Newbill gets away from Hire, picks up the dribble. Delaney, he's in extended minutes here tonight. Delaney, he's been good, equal to season high of 9. Shot clock to 3 here, and on cue, Delaney climbs upstairs, throws it down, and he's now got his best return of the season so far.
What a great pass by Newbill, shook him. Alex Loughton did good defence, but he just cut back and threw it down like a hammer.
No room for Weeks, so he retreats again to Hire. Now he sneaks back door, got away from Shea Ely, and Weeks comes up with the finishing touches. Double figures now for Jared Weeks, the 3rd Cairns player in that category. Breakers have 4 in double figures, led by this man Kirk Penny with 16. Now Newbill. Breakers by 3. Can Newbill double the advantage? Not on this occasion. And Hire up and running. Contact between Egwu and Penny. Off the ball. We played 4 minutes in this final quarter. And the Taipans hanging tough here. Down 3. Weeks gets away from Newbill. Wants help provided by Loughton. Shot clock to single digits. Here's McCarron. Egwu. Weeks in the corner. Higher. 2 on the shot clock. Balanced himself well. Got a good look. Can't convert. And the Breakers come up with the ball.
Really well defended set from the New Zealand Breakers. Horns action from the Taipans. They wanted to pick and pop Loughton. Took that away. Took the ducking away. Made it a very tough shot to Damon Hire at the end of the clock.
No, wraparound pass by Ely. Now Penny. Shot clock at 8. He looks to go to work on McCarron. Contact, no whistle. Turnaround from Penny is short. Loughton grabs the rebound. And timeout called here by the Taipans. They're about to roll the dice with Michael Carrera, who's about to check in. But it looks as though timeout is going to be called here by the Taipans.
I think Aaron Fern was gesturing for a technical foul. I'm not really sure why. I think, if anything, the flop was probably going to go on Mitch McCarron on his own side. But I like these substitutions, the Wildman Carrera, the energy, the effort, bit of perimeter shooting and fresh legs from Stevie Way, and the playmaking of Scoochie Smith. This is the closing crew right here.
Yeah, what about these coaches, the chess that they're playing? It's great. You just see it. There's that duck, you go upstairs. But I love what they're doing, both of these coaches.
Taipan's just 2 of 9 from the field here in the final quarter. They need a high percentage play, and Egwu threatening to throw it down high percentage. He's off to the free throw line.
Pays off straight away. Brad mentioned it in the first play of the game. Scoochie Smith turned the corner off the on ball, looking around for Cam Glitter. No, you go make the play. Here it is on a platter. Nana, take this up strong for me. Take the hit. Good job, big boy.
First trip to the free throw line for Nana Egwu. Hasn't missed this season, the Nigerian-born.
Well, there that goes, Case. Well done, mate. You just got him one high. He
There's
slipped it in.
only 2 of 2 coming into the game. But they need everything at the moment, because from the field it's dried up for the Taipans. They took the clamps on New Zealand. 65-64 New Zealand with possession.
Well, they've stayed the fight here. They're shooting 93% from the foul line. It's really kept them in it, because the Breakers shooting a blistering 46% from 3. The Taipans just doing what they need to do to claw and scratch and stay in this one.
Shot clock to 5. Sosa for Newfield. Didn't give him a lot to work with. Newfield draws contact. It's an offensive foul. Paul Mabry calls an offensive foul on Newfield. That's going to be his 3rd personal.
That one. Sorry.
Oh, so 4:45 to play. Carrera with 4 fouls, and then you see the others with 3. And the 3rd team foul on the Breakers in this quarter as well. The Cairns Taipans have 2 since 3/4 time. Smith, well, he took out the dribble. Egwu, the pass was too hot for him. Bukona's got Abercrombie. Newville screaming for it on the other wing in front of the Cairns bench. Finished the 3. Carrera climb over the back of his opponent, and that's the foul, and 5 and out for Michael Carrera. Huge blow for Cairns.
Definite foul over the back. Unfortunately, as he's gone to get the rebound, he's climbed straight over the back of the New Zealand player. And as much as I love his energy, there's the ones you just need him to stay on the court. He needs to stay there. Just watch over the back there. Who else? Mika Bukona.
It's so tempting with those long arms to go after everyone. Mika had the position. He's backing back like a smart veteran would. Makes Carrera go over the shoulder, and he is done.
Here's Bukona from close range. Couldn't finish it. McCarron's got problems. Almost dribbled out of court there under pressure from Lowe and Bukona in tandem. And Scoochie Smith brings Cairns forward. They're down 1. Tick over 4 minutes left on the clock. Damon Higher. Penetration stripped of it. Active hands from Abercrombie. And the Breakers get an important stop.
Keep talking about Cam Glitter, and this is where they miss him so much. He's not on the court at the moment because he's just not playing well, but they need him out there scoring.
Lowe fires up from deep, never looked likely. Damon Higher beats Scoochie Smith. Wants to go coast to coast, takes the bump from Abercrombie. It goes unwhistled. McCarron keeps it alive, so another chance here for the Snakes. Single digits on the shot clock. McCarron in traffic, hands over. Egwu from close range draws a foul on Lowe. That's his 3rd personal, and free throws to come.
Nice creativity there from Mitch McCarron, but as we see it here, little Mitch, little jink in there, drop off to Nana. He's doing a good job getting to those receiver spots.
Timeout called, 3:30 to play. Remember, the Hungry Jacks National Basketball League action in round 5 continues tomorrow.
Go sit down.
Tomorrow afternoon, the Kingsmen be looking to stand tall and defend the Hawks, who's circling for some payback.
Well, they're going to be scary.
And I need them so much to play well tomorrow, because I'm really looking forward to calling Shane Hill after the game with that fantasy win.
Don't you both have Conga?
Yeah, but I've got him as my captain. And Hannah doesn't.
Sorry, mate. Technicalities. You guys live in fantasy world, mate. That's why you guys are weapons at it. No one lives in fantasy more than you and Hammer.
Egwood makes the adjustment, only catches the back end though, so we're tied at 65 with 3.5 to play. No more Michael Carrera. They're going to have to do it without the Venezuelan. Here's Newville, split a couple of defenders, and the Crombie out, almost overbalancing, active hands. McCarron stripped Newville of it. Excellent play, Mitch McCarron. Chance for the Taipans to retake the lead here. A little over 3 minutes to play. Smith gets it from Egwood. Looks for penetration, takes them on from close range. Scoochie Smith puts the Cairns Taipans back in front.
Well, that's what you do. Late game. That's why you're here, Scoochie. I know you're young. This is your time. 3 minutes to play. Go take over, son.
First score in this quarter for Scoochie Smith. Newville feeds low, who looks for the penetration. Excellent D from Loughton from behind. Egwood swatted it away. They grab some momentum here, the Taipans. They lead by 2. Big play coming up with 2.5 to play. McCarron for Loughton against Makona. Breakers cannot afford to foul here, and they'll send hands to the stripe. The shot clock winds to 3. Scoochie Smith in the tall silver, never looked likely, and a chance for the Breakers here. Newville takes on McCarron, confronted by Loughton. He's off to the free throw line and will look to tie it away.
Possession for the Cairns Taipans. I don't love it. A lot of side to side. I know it's called an Irish cut and it's a shallow one for Scoochie Smith to come back and get the ball at the top. But Tom Abercrombie, he's seen the Taipans play for the last, 10 years. And he just denied Scoochie Smith and he had to rush it at the end. It was a poor possession for the Snakes.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Pat. I think it was too much east-west, as we call it, just going side to side, not getting enough. But what about McCarron? And of course, Sosa's just missed, Newville's just missed that free throw. But McCarron, he's made that layup, and now the energy, the stops, the defense. I'd like to see the ball go through him right now. That next shot, I believe, is dropping for him because he's lifted.
Local free throw shooting from the Breakers is really hurting them here. Newville makes the adjustment, but they've missed 9 free throws and they trail by 1.
57%. I mean, you're not really going to be in a chance to win too many road games at 57% from the free throw line. But this Breakers team, they've battled and put themselves in position despite the horrendous foul shooting.
Scoochie Smith brings the Taipans forward. Both teams on the red line in terms of fouls in this quarter. We move inside the last 2 minutes. Cairns by 1. Key is open for Mitch McCarron. Goes to work, takes on Abercrombie and comes up with the goods.
Well, ask and you shall receive, Brad. Mate, can I have the lotto numbers? Maybe that's why you're killing the fantasy, mate. You can see the future. What a take from Mitch McCarron. Knows the shot block is there, goes into the body, protects it. That's a good way to get out of a shooting slump. Go get a 1-footer.
Well, it's just young guys, isn't it? You just know that they lift with those type of things. And you saw him down the defensive end, scrapping, getting rebounds, diving on the floor. You just knew something good was going to happen, and there it was.
Oh, big finish coming up. Trust you're enjoying our coverage on the Hungry Jacks National Basketball League. 4,201 in the house here for the Taipans. They're all entitled to a cheeseburger from Hungry Jacks after Alex Pledger missed a couple of free throws in the opening quarter. 1 on the shot clock. Has to go up. Abercrombie looked after the event. Missed it nonetheless. Makona the offensive rebound and keep it alive, but then stepped out of court. Says he was pushed, and he has a case.
I think he does, but I think the hoop gods have taken over on that one. I'm with you, Case. I think that was after the shot clock for Tom Abercrombie. His release isn't that fast. A little sneaky one from Loughton, but I think the possession ended up in the right team's hands. That should have been a shot clock violation.
Cairns by 3 with possession. A little over a minute to play. An upset looms here. Breakers on a 5-game winning streak. They've always struggled against the Taipans. Haven't won here for 2.5 years. In fact, since the 2015 Grand Final Series. Now, Newville tried to catch them napping. That looked like a blocking foul. Damon Hire, plenty of contact coming from Newville. But it's called on Hire. 3 throws to come. And he's getting very emotional here. On the Taipans bench, being told just to rein it in a little.
Well, watch it here. That's the right call. It's a block foul. Damon Hyatt, a master of making it look like a charge. He can square his shoulders away as he's going to the ground. Fantastic call from Vaughan Maybury. Great effort from Damo. He nearly got there. The initial contact, a block, nearly sold it, Damon Hyatt.
Newbill. Big free throw. 7 points in the game now for DJ Newbill. 5 of those have come here in the final quarter. And the more pressure, the better he shoots. It's a good quality to have. Taipans lead it by 1. Timeout called with a minute to play here. And Finn Delaney, well, his career high is 13. He's got 11 here tonight.
And that's like a 3-game final series, mate. So interesting draw right there. Plenty of Wildcats coming up for the men from NZ.
So the Taipans clinging to a 1-point lead. Margin has never been more than 8 at any stage, and that was the Taipans lead in the opening quarter. Biggest crowd of the season for Cairns. They've got their money's worth, along with the cheeseburger, but they need the win. Here's Smith. Turned down the shot. Loughton, 4 on the shot clock, goes to it. Knocked over for Kona and came up empty. Big chance here for the Breakers. Paulie Hanari wants them getting forward quickly. The 12-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Cairns over the limit in terms of fouls. Sosa exploring, pass inside Fletcher. Going to work, the big man hasn't hit a field goal all night. Can't convert there, Newbill can! Breakers take the lead here with 15 seconds to play. What a finish from DJ Newbill. Scoreless in the first half. And he came from nowhere in the right spot at the right time. And Newbill now with 10 points. 8 of those have come in this final period out of the 15. To extend a 5-game winning streak against the Breakers and snap their 5-game winning streak. Damon Hyatt gets it. Smith comes to it now. Scoochie with a shot clock, game clock at 10. Guarded by Ely. Cairns go to work. Scoochie Smith takes them on. It wouldn't fall. It's loose. He tries it. He's fouled. Scoochie Smith has been fouled with 3.5 seconds on the clock. He's up to the free throw line for a chance to put his team back in front.
Well, what a play. We mentioned the middle pick and roll. Aaron Fern, great play, stays in the middle cylinder. Scoochie doesn't get the bite. Nana keeps it alive as he's done all night. And then Scoochie hanging around like a bad smell. Johnny on the spot, getting fouled on the O-board.
Oh, we need his heart rate monitor going here with the catapult system. Imagine what is going through Scoochie Smith here. And just to add to the drama, timeout has been called. The Breakers by a point. 2 free throws to come for the Taipans. They're 14 of on the clock. 3.9 to be precise. Rounded out the 4 on our score. And he peels off the first. We're tied at 70.
Beautiful confidence right off the back rim, straight down the barrel. Never looked like missing.
Misses the back end, gets after his own rebound. He fires, he stepped out of court. And the Breakers are going to have 1.9 seconds, although we might have to address this and just make sure of the clock. Timeout called. Scoochie Smith misses the back end and maybe over to a Cairns supporter. Breakers with a chance here to win it at the death. Newbill restarts. Sosa in the corner for the win. He trains it. Sosa comes up with the enormous play to drag his team across the line. There was time on the clock. The Taipans have hit it at the buzzer. Sosa comes up with the enormous play to drag his team across the line. There was time on the clock. The Taipans have hit it at the buzzer. Both teams are celebrating here. The Breakers think they've won it. The Taipans think they've won it.
I've never seen it.